A little bit of downtown Dayton in the winter time, late at night. Had a little side job. Thought I'd get some of this because there's a lot of history here where I'm walking past. Here at Third, man, that's the old courthouse right there. It's put up in they started building that in 1888, I believe. And let me get across the street here. Yeah. There's a lot of history here with this old courthouse. I gotta walk past it anyway. And this is what our city looks like at like 4 in the morning, Dayton, Ohio. Let's try and get across the street here. But this is our Dayton courthouse right here. And it's been here since like 1890. I think they believe that it started and it's all the same. There's some old historical pictures here. They put that cannon there in 1902. Right? And on the steps, Abraham Lincoln gave a speech. John Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson, Taft. This was used as a morgue in the flood of Dayton in 1913. When the water came up clear up to the top of these. And they used it as a morgue. If anybody saw the KKK rally, I stood about right there on the other side of the fence because they had 9 KKK members come out here to rally, and we stood strong against them. I stood about right there. That's our Gem City bank building, and I'm coming through Courthouse Square right now. There's our Key Bank building. That one's almost empty. They only use 6 floors on it. Nice statue of Abraham Lincoln here. And here's where I did my when Trump won in 2016. They had a anti-Trump rally here, and here's where I stood and peacefully debated with some of the people that were anti-Trump. It was pretty good. On this stage years ago, I brought my twins' mom out here because Pat Benatar was here. She stood on that stage. There's been a lot of different bands come here. But it looks pretty cool, Courthouse Square. But that old court building is pretty famous here in Dayton. This used to be a fountain, and they shut it down. There used to be an elevator where you could get up there. This used to be Elder Beerman's, but now they turned it into a CVS. I did a video where we was come down through here one day, and there was somebody passed out at one of them tables, had a heroin overdose. This city's really bad for heroin. There's some more people that spoke. Benjamin Harrison on the steps. Rutherford B. Hayes. Abraham Lincoln. You know, there's been a lot of presidents come to speak on the steps over there at our old courthouse. I'm just walking through the alley here. Believe me, I got a little something in my pocket because people have been known to get mugged down here. Dayton at one point in the I forget what year it was, but for the highest crime rate, we were number 4 in the nation, and we were just under Chicago, Los Angeles, New York City, and then Dayton, Ohio. But see, it's nice and peaceful. It's nice and peaceful down through here. Kind of chilly. I wish I could have my bike. It's too cold to ride, or I would. When I was a kid, see, I've always liked bikes. And when I was a kid, we'd get up on this one at the top of this. That is a parking garage, right? And I used to sit up there at the top and look down. And we would get up there with our bikes and just see how fast we could zip down. Yeah, I did a video when I did that as an adult, and you can hit about 40, 50 miles an hour on a bike. Let's see, I think I'm coming up on Schuster Center, which used to be owned by Marge Schott, and I believe she owned the Cincinnati Reds at one point. I don't know how much recording time that I got, so if it cuts off, but it's kind of cool, you know, to walk down through here. There's the Arts Annex at PNC. Now, this used to be the Reichs building, and on this corner and on that corner over there in the Reichs building is where Sam Kinison, the comedian, he used to preach right here, back and forth, and on that corner and on that corner. That's where he would preach at. But it used to be the Reichs building. It's the Schuster Center now. And if you look up the demolition of the Reichs building, where they blew that building up, it was pretty cool to look at. Yeah, but again, you know, this is where Sam Kinison, before he became a comedian, he used to preach right in here. Right on this corner and on that corner. It's nice when it's late at night and we can walk through here. I got a little carpet job that I got to go do for the next few days, and we're doing it late. But it's nice that you don't have to obey the crosswalks and everything else. That building right there, they call it Liberty Tower. It used to be the Holman building. And you can see that flag up there, right? It used to be the Holman building, and I worked for Merchant Security. That was my building. I did it for the longest time, but I used to have to go up there and take that flag down. It's really cold out here. I mean, we're probably pushing, it feels like it's about 19 degrees with the wind blowing. And yeah, really quiet out here. These buildings are cool. That building's been there since 1922. My hands are freezing. My face is freezing. I got on Carla's hat that she wore me because she knitted up for me because it's really warm. Off in the distance there's a Montgomery County Courthouse. That's where all the big trials go on. That's where I spent about 4 weeks with my son's trial over there. And I had some videos where I got into it with a guy after court over here. He wasn't a family member or nothing, but you know, he had been posting stuff on Facebook, and he fired shots at my ex-wife, which he was arrested for. He did a little bit of time for it and got out, but he came up here to the courthouse, and we got into it there on the corner. I was trying to get him to swing at me so I can light him up, and he wouldn't swing at me, so that's the guy I spit on. And he didn't retaliate at all. I spit right on him. And my reasons for doing that was, you know, because he fired shots at my ex-wife was driving down the street with my grandkids. And then he's going to show up over here. So I didn't care for that too much. And, there's our federal building right there. Kind of dark to see. Yeah, it's cold out here today. It's cold. I'm all bundled up. My hands are freezing because I got my empty lunchbox. The county jail is right there. And this right here, this used to be the Juvenile Justice Center, but they took it down and they built it another place. It used to be the DH. Yeah, but trust me, I spent a lot of time in there. So I thought I'd just, yeah, right over there is, we had a hell of a fight right there on the corner with the Ferguson family after they found my son guilty. There's a lot of news interviews with us standing there too. Channel 2, Channel 7. The jail's right next door to it. put this in. Yeah, it lost focus, I think. Just want to walk through Dayton a little bit. This is a nice piece. It's usually really busy down here. Not today. I got my glasses off because I don't like to wear them outside when it's cold. Can't see a damn thing, but you know. There's our jail. Been in there many times. I can tell you, those are basketball courts that are on the end there. And they let you out of the pods. That's where we get fresh air and smell all the cigarettes that we can't have. You can see up in the windows. Sometimes they'll look out the window. You can see out the windows of the cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up on the top, the second one, I spent about 5 months in that cell. I'm glad I don't swing that way anymore. None of that for me. But I'm heading over here to the sheriff's office. Got a little work to do in this building. All the equipment and everything is already here. This is where it pays good, when you get to work for the city. You get to do something for the city. These little side jobs pay off pretty good. But this is my destination. It's good old Dayton, Ohio. At 3 o'clock in the morning. Alrighty then.